Hi crafters, it's Chris from Crafts with Chris and welcome to my channel. If you do not know, I do offer crafting tutorials, mostly using Stampin' Up! Products. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I would love to be your demonstrator. Go ahead and hit that red subscribe button below and don't forget to ring the bell so you do get notifications of my most current uploads. So today I am going to go over a brand new product that is coming out as of May 4th for any non-demonstrators out there. If you are a demonstrator, you can get your hands on this right now. I thought I would go over this suite. I've had some people ask me some questions about it because I have been using it and I did showcase it in my last Facebook Live. And I also have noticed when I was stamping with it, I was having a little bit of difficulties with the stamps and the dies. So I figured if I was having it, then I didn't want my customers to have the same kind of issues. So I thought I would go over it. I've been playing with it a lot. I'll show you some examples at the end of the video. So you can either buy all of these products separate or you can purchase them in a suite. The suite will include the stamp set, the pansy dies, the bumblebee trinkets, and the Pansy Petal 12 by 12 DSP. So I'm going to show you all of that right now. Here is the stamp set. So it's a very large stamp set. There are lots of elements to the stamp set. There's a bunch of sayings in here. So I'm going to stamp out all these so you can see exactly what they do. But here's what your stamp set will look like. Like I said, you have all these beautiful stamps in there. We also have the DSP, which I've cut this down into 5 1/4 by 4 inch sizes, but you will get 12 by 12 sheets of this designer series paper. You'll get 6 different designs, 2 of each of those designs. So here are the designs on this paper. This paper is so pretty. So before we go any further, let me just pull this piece out. You have these pansies here. I'm going to show you in the video, but you can cut these out with the dies. So you can cut the small pansies and the large pansies out to make some gorgeous, gorgeous cards. And then also with this piece here, and again, I'm showing you, this is the front, that's the back, front, back, front, back, front, back. These leaves, there are also dies to cut out these leaves here. Again, we'll go over that further in the video. And then you have this. And these are featuring some of the new in colors also. The in colors are so pretty together, which are Pale Papaya, Polished Pink, Fresh Freesia, Evening Evergreen, and Soft Succulent. It also coordinates with Blackberry Bliss, Bumblebee, Calypso Coral, Soft Seafoam, and Basic White. So these papers are gorgeous. So that is the paper that you will receive with the suite, or you can purchase it separately. These are the Bumblebee trinkets that come with the suite. They are super, super adorable. Look at how cute they are. Put a couple of them down here. So super cute little trinkets. You get 20 in here. So those, like I said, also come with the suite. So these are all of the dies that you will get. These dies, there are actually 21 dies. So I put the pieces together so you can see exactly what I'm talking about with these dies. So these 4 dies here, there are stamps in the stamp set, which are right here. And I'll stamp these out so you can see. So you have these and you have these stems here. So those match up with these dies. Then you can build this gorgeous flower. So here's the 3 pieces that I cut out with the dies to build that beautiful flower there. So this piece here, there's no stamped images to match. This just cuts this beautiful flower out. You have these gorgeous leaves here. So you have the 4 dies that cut out the leaves. So you have these 2 here that cut out this. And then you have your 2 outer shapes, which are cut here. And then they go on top of these leaves to form those beautiful leaves. So I did these 2 leaves in our new color, the Soft Succulent and Evening Evergreen. So that's what those are in. This is our newest color, Polished Pink. This here was stamped in the Polished Pink, and this was stamped in the Free Freesia. Here is this gorgeous, gorgeous pansy. So this is our larger pansy here that you can build. All these dies will build this pansy. So you want to, this is your white piece here, the bigger die, and then you have this piece here, this die. This you would cut out twice, so you would get those two pieces, which I've cut right there. And then this is the outer part, so that's what that cuts out. Then you have the outer rings there, outer layer. So you get one of these in there, so you have to cut this out twice. And then the little black center, that is this die here. And then you have this die here. It cuts out 3, so that's convenient. So you don't have to cut out a ton of them. You don't have to keep cutting one out at a time. And that cuts out the little center part. So there's a lot of dies to build this flower, but it's so gorgeous. And then when you put the leaves behind it, it just pops. It's just so pretty. So that is the dies. So you don't even need to stamp to get that gorgeous flower. And then the remaining dies that we have, they actually will cut out the stamped flowers in here. So these two go together, these two go together, and then, you know, I'll build these flowers and show you how you build them, but you can cut out the outlines of those two flowers, and then both of the leaves in here. We'll cut those out. So those are the dies that go along with the set. And I'm going to go ahead and bring in the stamps, and I'm going to show you how you can build these beautiful pansies here and these flowers here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to stamp the large pansy. So I already have all my stamps on the blocks, but for this one, you're going to need this piece, this piece, this piece, this one, which is the larger. You have one that's bigger and one that's smaller. So it's the larger of these two. And then this little tiny teardrop right here. So those are what you're going to need to stamp this. So I have a piece of basic white here, and I have the piece, the less detailed piece of the flower. I'm going to ink that up in the Polished Pink, and before I stamp it down, I'm going to stamp it off once, and then I'm going to go ahead and stamp it on my basic white. So it's nice and light. Then you're going to come back in with the more detailed piece and Polished Pink again. You're going to stamp this down full strength. And it's easy to line up because it is photopolymer. So you just want to go ahead and line that up. And it doesn't have to be 100% perfect. So look at how pretty that is already. Very, very pretty. So now you're going to take this piece here, this larger piece here. This is going to be inked up with Pale Papaya. This goes right in the middle of this flower. So with this, you can see there's like two little humps here, and then it's almost like a face. That's the way you're going to stamp it down. The two little humps are going to go in here, and then the longer piece is going to go right here. So it looks like that. And this is the correct way for the pansy. You don't want to stamp it the other way. This is the right side. This is how a pansy would look. Some people have been stamping them upside down, and they say they look funny. It's because it's upside down. So you want to make sure you have these bigger pieces facing upward. So now you're going to take that piece that I told you. There's two different sizes of that. You're going to take the larger one. That I just used the Tuxedo Black full strength, and that's going to be lined up right in the center there, again with the two little humps up like that. And then you have that little piece in the middle. That's where that little teardrop comes in. So I'm going to ink that back up in my Pale Papaya. I'm going to take the point of that, and that's going to go up. And you're just going to stamp that right in the center. And there is your large pansy. That's all it is to stamp that out. You can take your dies, you can cut that right out with this die here. That's the one that cuts it completely out. So let's go ahead and move on to the smaller pansy. So for the smaller flower, you're going to need these two pieces, the smaller of these two, and then your little teardrop. So I'm going to use the same colors. I'm going to use polished pink. I'm going to stamp this so that the two humps, the two larger pieces, are up top. I'm going to stamp it off first, and then I'm going to stamp it down. You could also do this with two different colors, a lighter color and a darker color. I like this effect on it. So I'm going to bring in that more detailed piece, full strength. I'm going to line that up with my flower. Isn't that so pretty? Then I'm going to bring in the smaller piece, the center there, the eyes, I like to call it. They look like eyes in a mouth. And you're going to ink that up with your memento. And that's going to go right in the center of this flower. And when you line it up, you can line it up with the little white center. It's very easy to line up. And then that little white center, of course, you're going to take that teardrop with the pale papaya. Same way, the point is going to go up, and you're just going to ink that right in the middle. There's your small little pansy. Super pretty to stamp, super pretty to make. So those are the two main flowers, and you can cut that one out with the die that's in the set. So now I'm going to show you the leaves. So I have the two new in colors, Soft Succulent and Evening Evergreen. So the leaves are pretty self-explanatory. You have your two bottom leaves, and then you have your two top layers. So I'm just going to show you guys how they stamp out. I'm doing two different colors this time. So I'm going to take the base of the leaf, and I'm going to stamp it down once, and then I'm going to take the other leaf and stamp that down just like that. And then these top layers here, this is going to go in the darker color. So I'm just going to line that up. You can see how it lines up. It doesn't line up perfectly. That's okay. And then your second little leaf here. Again, you can kind of see where it lines up. Doesn't have to be perfect. So those are the leaves, how they stamp out. And again, in your die set, you do have the two dies in here that will cut out these leaves for you. So they line up and you can cut them right out. So in this set, you have these three stems and then this little tiny flower here. I'm going to show you how those stamp out. I have the Soft Succulent color. So I'm just going to stamp these out. They stamp out nicely. And again, you can cut these right out with the die set. Each of these stems can be cut out and the flower can be cut out. Let me stamp this over here. So this little flower here, I will be using the Fresh Freesia, and I'm going to ink that up, and then I'm going to stamp it off. So this is the less detailed part of it. And then I'll just go ahead and stamp it on this stem here. And then I'm going to take the more detailed portion and line that up on the flower. You can see this little overhang here. You have a little overhang on this flower. And you just line those up. And you can go ahead and give it a little bit of detail. So you can do that over here on this stem. You can stamp out, you know, a couple of them. Because they have the three different stems here. And then what you can do is you can either cut these out or you can stamp them on your project or your card or scrapbook page, whatever you're working on. You can stamp them right on there. So very pretty. And again, all of the dies in here will cut these out. So the last part I'm going to show you guys in the stamp set are all the awesome sentiments in here. So you have, and the font is very, very pretty. So you have this thank you. You have this love you much. There's a nice happy birthday. I just love the look of the font on all of these. This one is one of my favorites, a little hello from me to you. So this one here is wishing you a little extra happiness just because you're you. Love that one. And then finally, the little things you do make such a big difference. So what a pretty, pretty stamp set this is. And the dies, you must get the dies that go with this stamp set because it's so much fun. So I'm going to bring in some of the cards that I have made with this stamp set so you guys can see. So here's a card, so pretty. This is from the paper. So remember I told you guys you can cut out these large flowers in this one sheet of paper here. Right here, this one here. So there it is right there. I cut 3 of them out. And then the other sheet that I told you guys you can cut your leaves out. There they are right there. Layered up on one of the stitched shape rectangles. And then that happy birthday. And then these are new coming out. They'll be coming in the new catalog on May 4th. So super pretty. This is Blackberry Bliss. And this is the new in color fresh freesia. So super pretty. I love that one. Here's another one using the cutouts with all the different leaves and then your flowers. The card is on the polished pink. This is brand new ribbon coming out. Super pretty, super shiny. So that ribbon is Highland Heather. It'll be in the new catalog on May 4th. So here is one that I stamped. I used the new in color, the Pale Papaya, and this is a Stitch So Sweetly die. So right here, I actually used the largest one out of these Stitch So Sweetly dies, and then I just stamped with the Fresh Freesia, and then the 2 new in colors, the Evening Evergreen and the Soft Succulent. And then here is some new ribbon coming out in the catalog. That's the Pale Papaya ribbon. And then these glittery enamels. Those will be in the new catalog. So there's one that I stamped. Here's another one that I stamped. Lots of shimmery sparkle to this one. These are the smaller flowers that I stamped out. And again, this is the new in color polished pink, Fresh Freesia, and then I stamped the Evening Evergreen for the base, and then the top of the leaves I actually stamped with Shaded Spruce. And then this layering circle, this is from the layering circle dies, but then your scalloped one here, that is new paper coming out. So it's called Ombre Specialty Paper. So look at how pretty this is, so sparkly. So you get the 4 different colors with this paper. Super pretty. So I cut that out in that. And your little jewels here, these are in color jewels that will be coming out on May 4th. Again, unless you're a demonstrator, then you can get them now. I think these 2 are my absolute most favorite. So this is my second favorite. This has all the dies cut out. You can see I did everything in white, and then I did the outlines in Bermuda Bay, and this is soft seafoam green. And then I cut this out with brand new dies that are coming out. Dies here, these are called the scalloped contour dies. So I used this die to cut that out. These are so pretty, these dies. You have the different stitching inside. You've got the scallops. Super, super pretty. This one, when it cuts out, it cuts a line in there so you can string ribbon in there. Super, like I said, super cute, super pretty. You have the scalloped one and these flowers. These actually do pair with this color and contour set that's coming out on May 4th. Super cute set. So, but I love these dies. So that is the die that I used to cut that out. And I actually cut it out of shimmery paper. I don't know if that'll pick it up or not, but I love this. But here's my favorite one. I love the way this one turned out. So I cut everything out in white here. The layering elements and then the bottom pieces. The leaves I cut out in white. I cut, of course, these out in basic black, and then this was cut out in, I think it was Daffodil Delight. What I did was I took our blending brushes and I just blended in some, this was soft seafoam green that I blended on here, and then Bermuda Bay. And I did it darker towards the ends and then a little lighter. So, and again, I used that same scallop die. So, love the way this one turned out. So that's a few options that you can do with it. There's so many different things you can do with this set. I just can't recommend it enough. I'm not normally a flower person when it comes to the stamp sets, but I really, really think this one is beautiful. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial on how to use this, how to stamp and die cut with it. And I'm sure I will be doing lots more projects with this. So I do have a card class that I offer every 2 weeks. It's a new one. It's online. It's free when you make a purchase at my shop, any size purchase, and use the current host code. Or if you want to buy the kit outright, it's $15. That includes shipping. You just need to send me an email and I will invoice you that. With my card class that's coming up, it'll be May 1st. I'm going to do the Pansy Patch. That's going to be a card class of mine. So that card class will be available May 1st for 2 weeks. And on the 1st, I will post on my Facebook page all the details about that card class. So again, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. And if you have any questions about anything crafting related, just let me know. If you have any questions on this new set, just go ahead and let me know in the comments and I will answer you back. Thank you guys again for watching. Please subscribe below and don't forget to ring that bell. I also offer a newsletter that I would love for you to sign up for. You will get 30 free card ideas just for signing up. Thanks for watching.